Merely a scratch. You did well, little mortal. Sister Saldina and her cultists never suspected a thing, and we returned richer than when we departed.
Richer? You were almost turned into a monster by the catalyst.
That was never going to happen. My bonds were illusory, and it was a simple enough task to free myself once you activated the catalyst. I observed long enough to grasp the workings of the machine. Then I made my escape.
But what did we learn?
We learned that Sister Saldina's faction of the cult has a base in Fargrave, and they plan to conquer that obscure plane of oblivion to use as some sort of staging ground for their nefarious machinations.
What did you learn about the catalyst?
The power surging through the device carries the tinge of Mehrunes Dagon. It seems it is designed to imbue a Daedra with the energy of a single disaster and transform it into an incarnate. They plan to unleash these horrors on Nirn.
Did you destroy the catalyst?
Noctvraz seemed to think so. I bought us time to consider, to plan. Sister Saldina can make more such devices, however. Eventually. But did you see? Noctvraz despises Saldina. Perhaps we can use that.
I still don't understand why you're interested in all this.
And you don't have to. Just know that the cult plans to unleash destruction on your world. Now, I must contemplate. The device. It can change Daedra. I must return to Fargrave. I will summon you when I learn more. Until then, you have my thanks.
Cool.
So many avenues to ponder. Sister Sildina and the Waking Flame, the Cataclysts, Valkanaz Noctvraz and Mehrunes Dagon's role in all this. I shall return to Fargrave and see what else I can learn. I'll call upon you when I need you, little mortal.
All right. Like, is she gonna give me another quest? Was I supposed to talk to her some more, or what?
So many avenues to ponder. No, never met him. Like being in the eye of a storm. A deluge of... Because that is where Sister Saldina is. The cult has ambitious plans for the demiplane.
I pursued all her conversation options. I probably just have to leave here. And it'll give me the next one.
No, I understand. If you change your mind, I'll be here.
Ooh. I need to jump all the way down there in one shot, but... Because I'm not doing anything else really right now. I don't have anything else to go do till she comes and gets me again. You know what I mean? Because, like, I'm not in a zone that's the Deadlands. I'm in Marbrook. And since they didn't give me another quest, or I don't have anything in my journal, it makes me feel like, oh, well, did I do something wrong, or what? Sorry, I pulled on... Like, once again, if you heard some cracklings, my bad, I pulled on my headset cord. Let me plug it back in once. Well, I shouldn't need to. Brand new controller and the jack's already loose in there because just pulled on. that Jack stays tight in that for like an hour till I pull on it accidentally twice, and then it isn't anymore. Yeah, I don't know what to do now. This is weird. I don't know how long they expect me to wait or what Let's see what happens if I just fast travel somewhere and then back. I mean, I guess I could run around and quest in Marbrook. It's just weird. What is Deadlands as a DLC right now? You know what I mean? What am I doing? I feel like am I missing something? Oh yeah, I got this thing. That, I don't like that very much. I don't need that. Actually, I don't need that either. Those are both for trials. There's no way I'm ever gonna do something that needs 12 people. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Maybe I should go back down there to the Outlaws Refuge again?
What is it?
This is weird because it's like they're just assuming I have something else to do, and I don't.
Buying, selling, trading.
Like, I just want to do the Deadlands DLC, that's all I want. I thought it was like I thought you went to the Deadlands and did a DLC, and it was like a zone, like, you know, like other DLC. I mean, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be its own zone, but you gotta keep giving me quests. Or what am I doing then? I'm trying to remember where she was at in here now. Yeah, she was back here, but she's not here now. Weird. Okay, so I have no idea what to do now. I guess I could do some of the main quests. I might have to look this up. I have no idea what's going on. I mean, I just don't know, bro. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Like, where am I? How do I continue Deadlands? That's the content I want to do. Here's the zone. Here's where I should be. So, but how do I just go here? I can't, I don't have anywhere to fast travel. It says I have a way shrine activated. Fargrave outskirts, but I don't. Oh, here it says start zone story. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I gotta go to Fargrave. Okay. So that was cool, though, because I got stuck and the zone guide helped me figure it out. Alright, nice. Yeah, that worked. That's great for me. I'm fine. I'm all good now. It was just weird. I guess what happened was that was the end of the prologue quest. And then I was just supposed to come here and start this, like this zone, while she, you know, and until she gets a hold of me. Well, that's what we're gonna do. Am I going wrong? No, I'm going the right way.
What is it?
That's what I was looking for. I was like, isn't there gonna be a zone? I just wasn't paying attention when I came here. That it was its own place. Yeah, see, now it says find Leerant and Fargrave. See, so all they had to do was tell me that. All they had to do was give me a thing that said find Leerant and Fargrave.
The anchorite. You're as bothersome as that damn Tremora. No matter. The votive rune is placed, and now you die.
You brought this on yourself, Dagonist.
Ha! She punched him to death.
You, the glowing hands. We have something in common. If you're
Right.
not a cultist, we should talk.
I'm not a cultist, but like I want to be one. I'm looking for a call. I'm like a free agent right now.
Their votive runes infect mortals with dark magic. I came to meet someone about all this when I spotted that cultist and my hands began to glow. Just like yours.
What is this place?
This is Fargrave, a city in oblivion with permanent and open connections to other realms. The cultists place those votive runes faster than I can destroy them, putting every mortal who lives here at risk. That's why I agreed to meet with the Dremora.
The Dremora? You mean like...
She sent me a letter. Said the cult threatened Fargrave. Nern, too. She wanted my help, but I can't deal with that now. The votive runes are clearly the immediate danger. We should work together on this. I can pay.
Alright, I hope you deal with the votive runes. What do you need me to do?
I need you to talk to my contacts. Madam Wim's establishment is here in
Fucking
the city.
Madam Wim?
Initiate Teal'go meets me in the Burn, out in the Deadlands. See what they know about the votive runes and the cult's plans. Then meet me in the Fargrave Crafting Plaza.
I know Lyranth. It's not like her to show up for a meeting.
Really? All I know is that she's a Dremora who has an interest in the Dagon cult known as the Order of the Waking Flame. This is where we were supposed to meet, but all I saw when I got here was that cultist and the votive rune he was casting.
You said the votive rune affects mortals. Is that what made our hands glow?
No. The votives mess with mortal emotions, make everything more intense. Not sure why. Lyranth said the magic in her letter would allow her to recognize me. I think that's what the glow was. If only I could get the Grasp to care about all this.
The grasp?
The Grasp of the Stricture. They're an order of Daedra, mostly Dremora, who serve as arbiters and interpreters of the Stricture. A magical covenant that allows Fargrave to serve as neutral ground for all Daedra. They enforce the laws, to a point.
To a point?
Well, since mortals aren't bound to the Stricture, the Grasp pretty much ignores us. Unless we interfere with the Stricture in some way. As long as the cult and its votive runes only threaten mortals, the Grasp simply doesn't care. Glow seems to have faded. For now.
There we go. Alright, well let's go meet these people she wants us to meet. Oh, wow. Look at the skybox. Wow, that's really cool. I like that. Wow, those big giant skeletons are definitely reminding me of Elden Ring right now. But I don't know when this DLC came out. It might have come out before Elden Ring. I don't know. I like the way this place looks, though. I think it's really well done. You got the little, like, banners hanging and the stars, and then you got those, like, red and yellow clouds. You know me. I love them warm colors. You know me. There's another way shrine? Yeah, because we're not even up to the city yet. And then what? This is a house over here? Oh, shit. Wonder how big it is. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, it's a little too big for me. Yeah, a little too big. I wouldn't want to furnish all this. Holy crap. This place just keeps on going, bro. just got a courtyard. We got another floor yet? My goodness. Wow. Oh, that's really cool. This area up here that looks down on that. I like that. Then you got the balcony up here. Yeah, we're almost good. That's too much house for me. Just this first room, like, if here was a wall, just this first room here would be enough for me.
Why won't you all just leave me alone?
Something terrible's about to happen. I just know it.
Yo, what up, bros? Having fun with them runes? Cool, see ya. This place is really cool. With the books going around the pillar. There's a ghost merchant.
All of you, stay away from me! Stay away!
Here's the old House of Whims.
Another poor mortal succumbed to the power of the Daegonic votives. How unfortunate. But what's this? A new face? And what does Madam Whim always say? New faces bring new opportunities. Let's talk. Has anyone ever told you that you have an incomparable mien? Most in this celestial palanquin we call Fargrave have the barest patina on their auras. But you, I know multiple buyers who would pay top price for a soul like yours. Shall we trade?
Not interested in trading souls, but what's the matter with that person sitting on the floor? Well, she just said they got done in by one of those votives runes.
She's one of my favorite regulars. At least she was, before the votives affected her. First, she became belligerent, then extremely melancholy. Now she's practically mindless. But tell me, darling, what brings you to Madam Whim's?
The anchorite sent me. She said you know everything that happens here.
She did she? All true, but I hate to brag. She's an unusual mortal, though, isn't she? Our darling of the alleys. And clever. She sent you so as not to increase her tab at the House of Whims. As a new customer, your first transaction is free.
Alright, tell me what you know about the Waking Flame and their votive runes.
Ah, two topics on the lips of many a Fargravian. The Daegonists are mortal rabble with a fetish for destruction. The votive runes are prayers to their prince made manifest. Spells that seem to affect only mortals, like poor Josette here.
Any idea why the cult is placing the votive runes throughout Fargrave?
An interesting question. Alas, I have no answer. But you're not the only newcomer to our fair city seeking such knowledge. My eyes about town tell me that Lyranth the Dremora has come to Fargrave. She's in the shambles, searching for Sister Seldina.
Here we go with Sister Seldina again.
Sister Seldina? I'm giving away an awful lot as part of your free sample, but I am feeling generous today. Sister Seldina leads the Daegonists here in Fargrave. She and Lyranth seem to have it out for one another, though I have yet to ascertain why.
What sort of business is the House of Whims?
As the name implies, I trade in eccentricities and capriciousness. I buy and sell as impulse dictates. My establishment carries indulgences from across Oblivion. And information, of course, along with food, drinks, and an amenity for every appetite.
Is there anything you can do to help poor Josette?
Hmm? Oh, the mortal on the floor? No, I don't believe so. The spell is quite potent. I suspect the votive runes have a darker purpose than simply elevating emotions and turning mortals into mindless husks. Pity the grasp refuses to investigate.
The grasp? Even though I already asked somebody about that.
They enforce law and order in Fargrave. The stricture is a covenant that binds all Daedra and allows us to operate somewhat in concert. Since mortals aren't bound by the covenant, the grasp tends to pay them no mind.
So the grasp of the stricture are sort of the city guard?
An apt description, if somewhat inaccurate. They do enforce Fargrave's laws, but in ways that won't always be comprehensible to the limits of mortal understanding. Try not to commit any crimes in front of them, and they won't harass you. Probably.
Why is this place called the Celestial Palanquin?
You came here without knowing, darling. How refreshing. Like an otherworldly conveyance, Fargrave personifies the existential concepts of transit or passage. It did start out as a strange nomadic realm, after all. That's part of the city's allure.
What does that mean exactly?
It means if you want to travel the myriad corridors of Oblivion, there's no better launching point than fabulous Fargrave. In addition to our famous Plaza of Portals, the entire realm is littered with dimensional access ways. Plus, we have no prince.
Why is that important?
Without a prince to set the laws and manipulate Fargrave's reality, we're free to shape this city as we choose. The freedom that affords us is sublime. Plus, no prince means less chaos and violence in the streets, rogue cultists notwithstanding.
I couldn't help noticing the giant
Aren't
skeletons.
they beautiful? One of our best features. No one is quite sure who or what they were, but legend has it they once carried the city from plane to plane, hence the allusion to a palanquin. Is it true? Well, the skeletons are real enough.
And what kind of Daedra are you, Madam Wim?
A personal query? That will cost extra, my darling. I am a Mazken, what your kind commonly call a dark seducer. Unlike many of my brothers and sisters, I use my charms to beguile and entice for knowledge and profit. I have no interest in violence.
You said Lyranth might be in the shambles. What should I know about that?
A terrible place. I urge caution if you decide to venture there. It's a warren of alleys, tenements, and ruins, hidden behind thick walls. Many mortals live there in the most appalling conditions, but it can also be a good place to conduct business.
What kind of business?
Oh, innocent mortal. The kind of business best engaged in, where the grasp of the stricture doesn't reach. It's a perfect location to hide a Dagonist cult, seeking to cause chaos and mayhem. I'm surprised our darling of the alleys didn't mention that.
Why do you call the anchorite the darling of the alleys?
Darling of the alleys, fool of Fargrave, woman in the mask. Ever since the anchorite arrived in Fargrave, she's gone out of her way to help the mortals cast upon our shore, and she asks for nothing in return. Pity I know so little else about her.
Alright, well that's all with her. I think there's somebody else she wants us to talk to.
What should we do with Josette? Hmm?
Yeah, Initiate Tilgo. Where it wants me to go.